What up traders, what up our investors, Ken here from Dyslexic Investor, and we are looking at a pretty enormous trade here. Again, these are just going off the Thinkorswim options trading tab from the time and sales, and these positions can change momentarily, overnight, within a couple seconds. But this trade was so enormous, actually. Delta side from our Discord, which you can join via the link below, really pointed it out today. It says, hey, Ken, someone bought nearly $42 million worth of BABA calls here, going out quite a bit. So I didn't see this initially right away. I was working on potentially doing an SPY kind of recovery play that we saw in the market, people kind of buying the dip, but this one is just kind of blew it out of the water just with the amount of options and just of course the sticker price of nearly $42 million. So we can go ahead and look at the chart here at BABA, and then we'll jump into the trade and kind of going through what potentially could be happening here. So first and foremost, BABA has just been going off the chain here, going extremely parabolic in the lack of better words. Getting extremely high up here, kind of selling off, hitting an all-time high today at 268 here. Potentially could be kind of be coming off here again, kind of be slightly puncturing the top layer of the RSI around 80 for me, and same with the volume oscillator getting very highly elevated. This doesn't mean that it's going to come crashing down. This could be just maintaining and kind of taking a break, catching its breath, regaining its composure, and potentially for another swing higher. That's what this individual trade looks like for this perspective. So looking here at the charts, we're going to do a quick little fib here. We're going to go from the previous swing high to the swing low, and look at that. It nearly hit the 618 up here. Yeah, 1618, sorry. Up here at the basically 268, just call it 269 to be politically correct. Basically hitting it within $1. This is again the first level of potential overhead resistance here. So we're actually going to just put a very simplistic alert up here. Again, this is since it has run up so much and so fast in a short period of time, this is quite common for a stock that has had this large movement to kind of take a break. I'm not seeing any earnings on the horizon, but the potential continuous uptrend could still be intact. Again, with using the 5 and 8 exponential moving average being your guidelines, it's pretty far elevated away from just the 5 exponential moving average. So this could kind of, again, just taking a break, potentially coming back down to maybe 247 potentially, and then kind of trade sideways, maybe build a very short base and then kick higher. We did just come out of a squeeze, which really just propelled it higher again, with the 5 and 8 kind of bouncing off that 21 and just going parabolic within the last week, jumping from, what is that, 215-ish up to 268. That's pretty substantial move there. So that's a wonderful, fantastic move if you're in those BABA calls or in the stock for the bull side, not the bear side. But pretty sure the bears are being crushed right now, and they're just crying to their mommies. Let's go ahead and look here on the weekly side. I want to kind of give it a better analysis here. I want to do, this is interesting. I like this because it looks very, very tight again, hitting that 1618 pretty well here. Again, doesn't mean it's going to come crashing down. It could come down, and again, we know that the market is sometimes not rational. We don't have a crystal ball, so it could come down. We need to know what guidelines and where some potential support levels are at once it wants to move and things like that, and not to put our emotions into it. That being said, the first line would be around the 247, and then initially kind of around back to the daily side, kind of come down to the 21. That's quite a far ways off. Again, at 227, being nearly $45 higher from where we're currently at is quite astonishing. But anything can happen in this market. Again, things are really just changing. Again, the Alibabas, the Amazons are really just honestly crushing it out there, because again, Amazon's up nearly $100 today, so it's very hard to really gauge the market in a sense of common sense as of right now. So let's go ahead and look at the trade that we're highlighting here. So this is, again, this particular trade happened at 9:53 this AM. They bought the August August 21st, 9,900 calls. They paid or $4,200 per contract, and they bought the delta, the very high delta of 94. Again, so these are options are very deep in the money, and you're going to see that here in a second. So we go open up the August tab here, and we go to there, and they're currently trading at 43, call it 44, so they're up just very slightly. Actually, I can do a little better analysis if I just bring over Tastyworks here to kind of show you here. Again, yeah, they're trading around 43.90 here. That's the mid price. Again, currently going for, if you want to mimic the trade, which I don't, if you have $43 million, don't let me tell you what to do in the market. With $43 million, so they're up basically, what is that, 1.3, 1.4-ish million, right? That's a lot of money, but it looks like this initial play is for longer term. Again, these options are literally 43 days away. This is the August 21st, 2020. So this is going to have quite some time still left on it. This is not buying some weekly options that are just expiring tomorrow. This is a pretty massive play. Again, things can change. They could just be riding this up for a very short-term gain and just buying it longer dated out just to make sure that they can get the profit or a little bit of margin out of it, or a little bit of a squeeze out of it, while the market's just been very super hot. We did have a small pullback today, but yeah, we can discuss that on a live stream tonight. So we do have a live stream tonight at 9:30. Would love to see you there. We're going to be talking a lot of stocks. People will submit and ask, looking at particular charts that they're trading or equities and things like that, and I usually give some guidelines or some potential Fibonacci retracements and some moving averages insights on those charts. So that being said, this is again, some key takeaways. Again, this thing has been off to the races. Initially, some overhead support at the basically let's call it 270-ish. If you want to be precise about it, kind of being a little bit, I won't say top heavy. The candle's really pretty long here. We could see again. This is trading sideways for a potential move higher. But that being said, we're hitting all-time highs here on the weekly side. I think this is all-time high. Let's go to the monthlies. Yeah, this is basically all-time highs. This is from the previous swing high to low. We're kind of seeing this very precise movement here. I actually want to do one more fib here. I want to do swing high to low. Yeah, a lot of these previous highs to lows are really lining up with that 1618. Yeah, the 1618 is really going to be your overhead resistance. Again, it doesn't seem too strong because this is a pretty large candle up. Again, looks like, let me go back to the weekly if they have a earnings. Looks like earnings are going to be August 13th. Look at that. So August 13th, and that trade was the 21st, so there could be potentially playing an earnings run into that for the movement or the overall velocity of this trade. Again, with the overall market really just kind of slowly grinding higher. Nothing to write home about. We're kind of, for some markets, we've been kind of choppy, but a lot of the technology and the ones that really benefit from the stay-at-home economy have been doing extremely well, and Alibaba is in that camp with the Amazons, of course, relative to its ongoing strength to continue going higher. That being said, be very careful out there. This thing could really move. Again, those trades are just what we're looking here on the trade options is this could change at any time. This trader does not have to let us know what he's doing. This is just doing some forensic analysis on those particular options there. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have learned something, really do greatly appreciate it. Again, check out our live stream tonight, and go ahead and join our Discord again. Completely awesome stuff. We share a lot of insights, a lot of different charts. We have great market analysis for a lot of people who know a lot of sections inside and out. We share market news, all kinds of great stuff. Definitely check that out. And again, if you want to directly support the channel, we got a Patreon page there as well that helps to support the channel. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Ken from the Dyslexic Investor, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.